Okay, hello and welcome to the candidate question time for the Co-President Academic Affairs role. My name's Emma and I'm the Students' Union Manager and also the Deputy Returning Officer for this election. So for this candidate question time, we have three questions, sorry, that we're going to ask the candidates after we've asked them to introduce themselves. So I'll ask them to introduce themselves in a minute. For each question, you've got a set amount of time, and I'll explain how long you've got at the start of each question. When you get towards the end of your time, you'll just see me put my hand up like this. That means that you've got around about 10 seconds left. And if you could just finish off the point that you're making, that would be great. You don't have to stop dead in the middle of your sentence. Just finish off the couple of sentences that you've got to go, if you can. We haven't got a couple of candidates with us this evening. We haven't got Sophie Bostridge due to childcare issues, but she will be pre-recording a video which we will attach to the end of this recording. And we also haven't got Hafsa Imran, who will also be doing a recording as well. What I would ask for any students watching this to help them make their decision regarding who to vote for is please to not penalise those students because they're not here. They have given me very good reasons and they're going to be pre-recording their questions so that you do get to hear from them as well. So hopefully that's all you need to know. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to ask for introductions from each candidate. So each candidate has around about 3 minutes to introduce themselves. And we will go alphabetically by surname. And as I said, if you can just, when you see me put my hand up, just finish off the couple of sentences that you're making. Okay, I'm just going to set a quick timer for 3 minutes. Okay, and if we can go for Javed first, please. If you can introduce yourself and a little bit about your manifesto, please. You've got about 3 minutes. Javed? Okay, Javed seems to be having some internet issues, so we'll go to our next person and we'll come back to Javed in a minute. If we can go to Zaki next then, please.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. So firstly, I want to apologize to Emma and thank her for responding to my emails, which I sent a lot of, and I'm grateful for that. So I'm Zaki, and I want to talk a bit about my candidate manifesto, and that's I'll begin with applying for the co-presidency of the academic affairs. I'm deeply invested and committed to the success of the university. I want to talk a bit about experience I had, which was hosted at the House of Lords. It was for a student video competition on recent issues located in my borough. So my first objective in my manifesto is to expand the awareness of the university's resources. I know many students are uninformed of the comprehensive guide that ULaw has, which I've seen in my classrooms and on campus. My second objective is to improve academic support. I want to make Elite more communicative for people in classes for their studies. And my final objective is to adjust a student's timetable efficiently. I've encountered that sometimes I've missed large groups because of the obligations I've had, and it may take a week or two to get that fixed. So that's my manifesto.
Lovely. Thank you, Zaki. Javed, are you back? Is your internet working? No, I don't think it is. So we'll go over to Soso then to introduce yourself next, please.
Thank you very much, Emma. My name is Abiodun Moshood, but popularly known as Soso. The story behind Soso is not for today, but it's for another day anyway. But that's what I prefer to be called. For over 5 months now that I've been studying at the University of Law, I studied strategic business management. I've been opportune to interact with a couple of students from different ethnicity, and we've been build collaborative effort together in making our campus stand out among all the other campuses. And I must tell you that Birmingham campus is still the rocking campus across the UK. Now, what have I done so far? So far in my interaction with students, we've talked about many things, among which has to do with housing and part-time job for students. But the feedback that I've gotten so far has helped me to improve myself personally. I have been the type of person that is always an introvert, but here I found myself helping people, one, in writing their CV, helping them to look at their CV, help them to tailor their CV to what the job role they are looking for in the UK stand for. It has helped me to learn more about to go get more resources, get more information from tutors, from our employability units, so that I'll be able to give them substantial information as the time needed. Now, this had not just only improved my personal skills as well. This has also helped me to become the employability ambassador of the campus. And this role has been an opportunity for me to meet external bodies, including recruiters, including university lecturers from other campuses, and also to build a collaboration with other students across London campus and across Manchester campus as well. I am a person that I love music. I am a person that is more of, I like putting people's interest first, understanding why people behave the way they behave. According to a research that I'm working on a research that has to do with what exactly are students, what are things that motivate students to choose the university they want to study. And what does that mean? I'm trying to assess campus facility on students' choice of university, a case study of postgraduate students of University of Law. Because over time, we've seen an increasing number of students coming into the UK. What are the things that make them to want to come to the UK? What are the things that make them to come to study at the University of Law? We try to assess our campus and try to look at the facility that we have on the campus. These are things that has come into light with my interaction with students. And it has also improved my research ability as well. My name is Abiodun Soso. Like I said, I definitely want to be the voice of people because I use the feedback from people to provide solution. Thank you.
Excellently well timed, thank you. Okay, it looks like we've still not got Javed back, so we'll carry on. Gary, if I could just ask you, as you're here, could you just drop Javed an email and see if he's having any issues that you could
sure,
with?
I will do.
Thank you. Okay, so our next question then, so this is the same question for everybody again. You've got 1 minute to answer this question. And the question is, what would you say is the biggest issue or concern facing you law students at the moment? And we'll go to Soso first, please. All
right, thank you. Straight talk now. In my interaction with students, it's not housing, it's not the course they are studying, but the major problem they are going through right now in my interaction with them is how the course they are studying put them at the top of the market trend of recruitment in the UK. What does that mean? Large number of students are studying cybersecurity, strategic management, international marketing, leadership, HR, but they find themselves working in maybe a store or in warehouse or doing care, and they're asking themselves, how will I able to make myself employable? And this is the answer I always give them. There's what they call transferable skills. In the University of Law, our modules are well aligned that it's not only in teaching alone, there are group discussion, there are case study, there are opportunity to build your IT skills, there are opportunity for you to meet with employability unit as well. And these put together our facility, our skills that are things that will help build your skills. Thank you.
Excellent, thank you. We'll go to this question as well then for Zaki, and then I'll come back round to you, Javed, in a minute, now that you've managed to connect. So Zaki, same question for you. What would you say is the biggest issue or concern facing ULaw students at the moment?
So I wouldn't say it's about employability. I think it comes before that, and that's managing grades. On campus, I always hear people are shrugging off their grades or they're stressed about it. And I think this needs to be worked on. People should be encouraged to keep high standards in their grades, in their studies at all times, which should be reinforced by tutors and family and by themselves. Yep.
Lovely, thank you very much. Javed, are you with us?
Yeah, I am.
Fantastic, lovely. Okay, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go back around to you, Javed, and if I could just ask you to introduce yourself, a little bit about you and your manifesto, that would be great. You've got around about 3 minutes to do that, and I'll put my hand up as you kind of get towards the end of that time.
Thank you. My name is Javed Ahmed, and I am a mature student, and this could be quite unusual for you to see a mature student running for the elections, the students which are very fresh. So I finished my bar studies from University of Law Manchester campus in 2021, and now I'm doing my LLM in international arbitration. At the heart of my effort to run for these elections is that I really want to help, along with my experience both in administrative and the legal field, to assist the fellow students in their day-to-day affairs, in their dealings with the university, and that's why I am running for these elections. So as to my manifesto, I aim to provide a direct link between the students and the university to an inclusive framework. And then I have to aim at improving the quality of education and module formulations and a robust feedback, as these things are essential for very effective sort of study opportunities. Then I really want to devise a realistic framework for the better employment opportunities. For that, I mean that the employment opportunity should really be provided to the students, not that only the seminars or the webinars are held and networking sessions are there, but there should be real opportunities to them. So my next point is to enhance student representation through various representative bodies and in a transparent and efficient manner. So point number 5 of my manifesto is the improvement of relationship between the university and the students in various fields. And the next one is the enhancement of the wider social media coverage of the students' union activities. These are essential because these will spread a comprehensive message across the student community. And then I try to convince the administration for more liberal funding opportunities rather, because in this wake of cost of living crisis, the students are really feeling hard to meet both ends. So then my next point of manifesto is the extended benefit programs in terms of fee reductions for those who are calamity hit and displaced due to the unavoidable circumstances. And similarly, my pledge is to work for better accommodation facilities in consultation with the university. So I'll further divulge when I'll be answering to this question in my individual capacity. And more comprehensively, the concession scheme should be enhanced. And finally, there should be a financially stable, sustainable fee structure for all the students. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Lovely, thank you, Javed. And I'm going to come straight back to you just to answer the next question then. So that question is, what would you say is the biggest issue or concern facing ULaw students at the moment? And you've got around about a minute to answer this question.
Although I have not been in a direct experience of the present issues, but for me, I think the biggest issue is the unstable immigration policies right now, because every now and then the policies change, and there are news in the media that policies are going to be changed. So I think the government should announce the policy at least for 10 years, so that the students who are coming to UK for better futures, they should know that how sustainable their future programs could be if they are thinking in terms of employment, if they are thinking in terms of bringing their families over there, and if they are thinking in terms of settling there, the policy should be clear. So this to me is the biggest problem right now, along with the clarity in the visa regime, which I think is lacking from the administrative point of view. Thank you.
Lovely, thank you. Okay, we're going to go on to the second lot of questions now. So these questions are all individual, and these questions are based on each candidate's manifesto. So I'm going to go over to Zaki first. So your question, Zaki, is your first manifesto point talks about expanding the university's resources. Could you tell us a little bit more about how you would plan to do this, please? And you've got around about 2 minutes to answer this question.
Yeah, thanks. So I wanted to raise the awareness of the resources that ULaw currently has. Currently, in my experience, tutors usually do not inform students about what's going on at ULaw. A few have, but it's usually the minority of tutors that know about student side of what students could be getting up to, what opportunities they could be getting, and experiences that they should be looking forward to and applying for. ULaw has an employability team which always holds lectures and seminars which students should be attending. There are also pro bono sessions that ULaw provides in student emails from time to time, which is a great experience for legal prospects. Also, students, ULaw could be improved on introducing online resources for students that do not take part on campus for workshops. They should attend to these students.
Lovely, thank you. Javed, I'm going to come to you next. Your question is, how would you propose to provide better accommodation facilities at the university? And again, you've got around 2 minutes for this question. Off you go, Javed, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I have been asked that how I will propose a better accommodation facilities at the university. First thing is that the post-COVID recovery has posed many challenges. And whereas it has brought some relief to the student community because of the resumption of the face-to-face activities, at the same time it has escalated the cost. And more so the accommodation, because for the physical presence, you have to live in the UK, and previously you could have joined the classes virtually. But now this is really alarming that the cost of living along with the rentals, they are on the rise. So I would like to ask the university that mean tested, subsidized program for the university accommodations. Of course, they should be off campuses, so that those should be launched. For that purpose, they have to plan in a way that the students on the lowest ladder of the income slab, they should be given preferences, and they should be given some subsidies in terms of cash sort of bursaries, so that they are able to meet this crisis, which is looming larger across the students' community. So this is my plan. So I think that is a workable solution, and that will bring relief to the financially hard hit student community right now, especially to the international.
Fab, thank you, Javed. And then last but certainly not least, Soso. So your question, Soso, is could you tell us how you plan to use your experience in planning previous events in this role, please? And again, around about 2 minutes.
All right, thank you very much. When you talk about previous event that I've planned, I have collaborated with employability team to plan their business, ULaw Business Career Fair. And I've also collaborated with external recruiter, RSM, and IMC. We're planning now to have online webinar recruitment where they talk to students, where I took some students to RMC themselves to attend their career fair. These have been able to build via my connect on LinkedIn, via sending email. And also I have worked with Student Info to organize Valentine's events for students at the cafeteria. This experience has helped me to build students together, to bring different students from different ethnicity together. I plan to work on this by standing first to be the voice of students, speaking for them, ensuring that the university share value is being upheld to. In fact, sometimes I used to ensure this in class with some of the tutors, and I used to remind the tutors sometimes to tell students that they are able to access the facility, like the library facility, to get the laptops to use in class. Sometimes I also inform the course coordinator that we need some materials in the library that we don't have. These I intend to do more by building more connection, more open communication with the students, getting feedback from them, and relay that feedback to the appropriate authority, appropriate office to ensure that students get excellent academic service at the university.
Lovely, thank you very much. Okay, we're now going to go into our third and final question of the evening. And this question is the same for all of you. And it is, why should people put you as their #1 candidate for Co-President Academic Affairs? And you've got around about a minute for this question. I'm going to go to Soso first.
All right, thank you very much. Don't count on my manifesto alone. Listen to what I have done. Over the time I've studied at the University of Law, I have been speaking for students in class, telling a course coordinator of the materials we need in the library, telling the lecturers to inform students of access to facility like laptop that they can go and get from the library, and also speaking for students, allowing students to understand the share value, and also some lecturers as well, when they are inconsistent with the share value of the university. And I intend to be the voice because I focus on academic excellence. My resolve is to operate open communication, collaborative creativity, where we can build communities of students from different ethnicity. And I also focus on inclusion. And my share value is that there should be an opportunity where students from different campuses can connect together and build an alumni, not just only on your campus, but alumni of ULaw students. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Same question then, Zaki next. Why should people put you as their #1 candidate for Co-President Academic Affairs?
Thanks. So you should put me as your first candidate because I have strong leadership skills from my experience of taking the initiative to apply for the National Student Video Competition at the House of Lords. It shows that I can be a leader of my team. I show initiative. Also, I'm approachable. I seem to be the youngest candidate here. Many students always approach me for matters that they usually have in studies or extracurricular. I also have great empathy and communications. As I've mentioned earlier, students usually approach me for their matters. Also, I have great academic excellence, which every leader should uphold.
Lovely, thank you very much. And finally, same question for you, Javed. Why should people put you as their #1 candidate for Co-President Academic Affairs?
Yeah, apart from my manifesto, which is self-explanatory, I think I should be the number one choice because of my experience and my communication skills. And besides that, I have been a past student and I have gone through all the relevant problems which a normal student could have faced. So my past experience with the university and the present one is also a plus point. Besides that, since I have done my bar studies and as an effective barrister, I could be an effective and vocal advocate for the student community, and I will not feel shy of vociferously advocating their demands, and I'll prefer to put their demands within no time, and could be an excellent communicator and the ambassador of the students' community. Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you very much. Okay, so that is the end of today's question time. Just a reminder to all students to make sure that you vote between Monday the 13th of March and Friday the 24th of March. Please make sure that you do look at everybody's manifestos and all their resources as well before making your decision on who to vote for Co-President Academic Affairs. Thank you very much for watching.
Hi everyone, my name is Hafsa and I'm a third year LLB student at the ULaw Manchester campus and I'm running for Co-President Academic Affairs. So I joined ULaw about 2.5-3 years ago for my LLB, and before that I've gone to school in Pakistan and the UK as well. So during that time I've had various roles of responsibility. So for example, I was manager of events coordination at college. First year of my LLB I was a class rep and then an employability ambassador for my second year. So this has given me a lot of experience in dealing with students and staff, feedbacking on different things and promoting that positive change and any concerns a student might have trying to reach a solution, running and managing events, that kind of thing. So the reason why I'm running for co-president is one of the aims I want to implement is a sense of community among students. So because we're such a big uni and we're spread out and we have so many different modules to choose from, not only law but business as well, and we place students in different classes in every semester. So you might not have the same people in your second semester as you had in your first semester, and it sort of breaks apart your uni experience in different chunks rather than have it as a holistic sense of one experience. And I feel like that's one of the main things that is lacking in our uni. And I really want to work with the timetabling, with module structuring, to work out some way that we can make students feel like they belong in a community rather than having different classes and different people every single semester. Having done business modules myself, I feel like the business modules are a bit more neglected compared to the law ones, and I think they need a bit more restructuring, and I think the right feedback from students can sort of have that positive change so that we can focus on all the different modules offered by the uni rather than just the law ones. Another one of my aims is to have some sort of informal discussion and communication among students about career progression. So ULaw already has a fantastic employability service in place, but I think what we're missing here is students having those chats with each other about any opportunities, first year schemes, vacation schemes, how to get in to law firms or the bar or whatever they want to pursue early, and applying for training contracts or doing online assessments or any help with interviews. I think that informal discussion among students is what we need to get that anxiety off of our shoulders and to get help from each other if we need it, or even if it's just to talk to someone about what your plans are for the future if you're nearing the end of your degree. And I feel like having that communication among students, not just in my campus but in all the campuses of the uni, have it be online or in person, student forums, discussions, it would be really beneficial for students as a whole, not just for their career but just for a sense of community in the uni. So I've just been asked to explain how I aim to reform the resit policy, which is one of my aims on my manifesto. So at the moment, ULAW's policy is, so if you fail one of your level 4 modules, so if you're doing your LLB and you fail one module from your first year, but you pass all of your level 5 modules, so you pass all of your second year exams, you still have to redo your second year, so you can't go on to do your third year then. And I think that can be really unfair on students, especially if you're going through a rough period during your first year. Even if you had the opportunity to resit that exam, but you've since improved academically and you've passed all of your year 2 modules. But redoing a whole year can have a massive impact on students, and I think it's important to work with staff to look at students' performances holistically, to look at their performance throughout the year rather than just look at that one particular exam during which they might not have felt their best or something might be happening back at home. So as co-president, it's one of my aims to work with the staff to make sure that we look at students' performance as a whole before we make the decision to have them redo their third year. And lastly, I just want to say why I think that people should vote for me as co-president of Academic Affairs. So I think I'm the best candidate for the role as I have loads of experience in the area. I've worked with the university staff already, and I love to have students feedback to me, and I'm very open and passionate about feedbacking on things that I feel like are not as they should be. And I believe I have really good problem solving skills, and I would be happy to represent you and your views as co-president. So yeah, if that sounds like something you would like to see at uni, please vote for me, and thank you.